Hi everyone, this is the weekly reading for the 20th of May to the 26th of May 2019. That also happens to be my mama's birthday. So, anyway, I am having my moon day, my Monday. My Mondays are my Monday. My Mondays are my Monday. My Mondays are my Monday. They are also my day off, is what I intended to say there. So, you might have had a little hair whip there, but that's all you're getting of me for the week that you did again. So I will choose to come on the camera at some point again, but I can't really be arsed right now. So I'm very much in my excitable Sagittarius moon feels, but yeah, I'm not. I'm just wanting to get on with this and upload it and get on with the week, really. Yeah. So right. So how did we all find that full moon in Scorpio? It was a fucker. I mean, one of my followers on my Facebook page was laughing at me when I said that in the comments. But I mean, it's true, it was, wasn't it? I mean, I usually love full moons, but that one was pretty. Ooh, holy moly! I mean, bear in mind, I have got the most in my chart. Scorpio is a sign that is the most prominent. That's why I always say that I'm Scorpio dominant. So it was going to be very transformational and deeply healing for me. And my God, it certainly was. Again, I say it all the time, but I'll say it again. Cannot understand why some people don't see the synchronicity and the connection between astrology and how they feel. I mean, it's blindingly obvious to me. But again, there's lots of things to do with spirit and signs and synchronicities that are blindingly obvious to me. And I've worked out over the many years that actually that is just how my clairvoyance works a lot of the time. So it is just, again, I don't know about anybody else, but that does seem to be something that's quite unique to me. I'll be like, how can't you see that? Or what, I mean, why are you not noticing that? And I've just, from talking to even other medium friends and other, psychic friends and stuff, because we're all psychic, we're all intuitive on some level. It does just seem to be something that's how spirit really point things out to me. They just make it like so blindly obvious as if I'm getting a slap in the face. And it just isn't as obvious to other people. So it can be a bit frustrating for me, but hey ho, that is the gift that I have, so I'll work with it. Anyway, so enough blethering, Claire. So again, I'm going to get into now. It's Monday night where I am. It's actually 10 to 9. So Monday's pretty much over. So I hope that you utilise the energy of seeing the bigger picture of Sagittarius moon, and I'm a Sagittarius moon. And 2 and 9 adds up to 11. And as I said on the written on Facebook or Instagram, if you want to go and check that out, today was a day of both these cards actually adding up to 11, because 56, the spider, make your dreams real, spider spirit, that also adds up to 11 as well. So in what I said was I really felt that lots of people, and today in particular, or whenever it is they find that post, were going to be people that really resonated with seeing 1111 all the time. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys, you know how honest I am. It is something that I kind of get a bit bored and roll my eyes of it a lot of the time, because like that happened to me like over a decade ago. I would see 1111 all the time. So I have to remind myself, right, okay, that is just part of this. It's like I went through that all those years ago so that I could help other people with it now. But yes, it does. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh my God, did you know it means this?" And I'm like, yeah, I know it means that." Like it's literally that haunted me for a long time, and nobody was talking about the meaning of 1111 and all that kind of stuff. So again, but just to share my knowledge and my wisdom on that it really is, you'll see a lot of people saying it now, but in my opinion, some call them angel numbers, and you can certainly find loads of amazing stuff written about that. You can also find a load of shite, to be quite blunt. So watch what you're reading, watch who you're listening to, watch what you're listening to. It's just, make sure it resonates with you. I coined the term, and I've never heard anyone else call it that. And if I have, it's been after I've said it and they've started saying it because I said it. But I call it awakening codes. That's what I call it, because I just feel it doesn't. You don't really need to go and actually look up what it says. It doesn't need to make, in my opinion, it doesn't need to mean anything. Like, you don't need to know what 1111 means. You don't need to know what 123 means. You don't need to know what 444 means, and so on and so on and so on. It's really, in my opinion, it is just your soul recognizes that at some level, and it's just, I just feel it's just it's waking a little another part of you up every time you see any kind of sign. That is my opinion, but particularly the numbers I've found along my own journey. That's what it done for me. At first, I was just like, right, why the hell do I keep seeing like 777, 999? And honestly, like as the years go on, the more you acknowledge, and again, I mean acknowledge by just being like, oh right, yeah, I just saw 123 or I just saw 77. I wonder what that means. The more you acknowledge and you just sort of say thank you, even if you don't really know what it means, because that's where I was at the time. I just knew that it was weird and that when I was getting drawn to things, it did mean something. And then it just worked out. To Google it, really, which it kind of baffles me sometimes. And people are like, oh, how do you know that? I was like, how did you find out what I meant? I just Googled it. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, am I living on another planet or something? Sorry, I'm being really sarcastic today or just brutally, bluntly honest. But I mean, Mercury is about to go in Gemini, and Mercury rules Gemini. And I'm just stating the obvious. I mean, don't most people Google things? And but I must have Googled the right thing, because I found, Joanne's Sacred Scribes angel numbers. And again, I've found that when you do, what my way of it is that basically when you see the synchronicity, if you put in angel number 123, for example, seeing as I keep saying that, it's when you look in the exact moment that you'll usually, in my case, it's always been scarily accurate, and everybody else that I've shared that information with as well, so again, but I've found you do have to look in the moment, or it probably won't resonate. So just saying, if you're going to look at, don't make a note and say I'll look at it later, because it might not resonate. Actually, look in the moment would be my advice to you. So anyway, that totally took another turn, but obviously Spirit wanted me to share more about awakening, because again, I know a lot about a lot of things, but it's my own awakening journey. Like I say, it is quite, everybody's is unique, but it is a bit of an unusual one. I did go through my dark night of the soul. Actually, it was 3 years ago this year. So, that was quite a long time ago in terms of what most people are going through. Unless, you see people talking about it that are specialising in awakening stuff. Most people are actually only going through it this year, or maybe a push came out of it like towards the end of last year or this year. But again, it's as I've channeled, that most of the collective are going through it now. So that's why I'm getting a bit busier, because people are needing more help to know what's going on. And again, with that Scorpio full moon, wow, that really will have been doing a lot of the clearing limiting beliefs and past life healing. Lots and lots and lots. I've found increasingly lots more people coming for shamanic healing, which is great, because lots of people don't even realize that I am a shaman. That's first and foremost. I mean, I know I'm a lot of things. I'm a medium, I'm a shaman, I'm a counsellor, I'm a psychic, obviously, I'm an intuitive astrologer. I could go on and on. I also work with children. I do lots of different things, but really, I think shamanic, counsellor, and medium probably suits me the most. And but then you can't leave out the astrology. So fuck knows. When I come up with a shorter title, I'll let you know. But really, just to let you know, I do all of these things, and it's really the shamanic healing that I'm really enjoying the most. And really, I weave it into everything I do. So with my psychic astrology empowerment reading, it really is my own thing. Like, yeah, I know about astrology, but I'm mainly channeling that. Like, I look at your chart and I read it in my own way. So I always make sure that people know that. But again, if you look at the reviews, people seem to get so much out of it. And it really turns into a really enlightening, awakening, healing conversation, because really that isn't just me channeling your chart. That's me sending you a shitload of healing as well. Because whenever I'm talking to anyone, I'm always soaking up negativity and channeling in positivity, which is why I have weeks like last week where I just have to completely retreat, switch off, and look after me and pay attention to my own feelings. And I would always encourage any healer to really adhere to that. Really recognize the signs of your body. I've had to learn the hard way with a lot of things in my life to do with my work, and it is when you feel like you need a break, really do take a break. I'll be taking a break this weekend again as well. So anyway, let's get into the card. So sorry, fucking hell, this is still a very heavy energy for Sagittarius moon, but hey ho, I'm a Sagittarius moon. Maybe Spirit just wanted me to splurt out the blunt honest tonight rather. So yes, I pulled to Make Your Dreams Real. So what I felt was, don't be complacent today, and actually take some hiccups now. take some sort of action towards your dreams. Like, you know, you really do, if you want to make something happen, you have to co-create with spirit. You can't just sit on your arse and like set intentions and then not take the action towards it. You do have to take the action as well. So there you go, another blunt truth. Look at the bigger picture, very linked to Sagittarius moon. That's what we like to do. You know, it's a good thing because it's always like, you know, I'm always very most of the time very optimistic and, you know, like patient. And I don't think patience is actually something to do with Sag moon. It might be, but that's something that I've got a lot of. But it's more that I'm able to see the bigger picture. So I'm able to be like, right, okay, so, okay, this, that, whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but I just mean I'm very optimistic, happy, positive. But the downside of I find of being a Sagittarius moon and in Sagittarius moon is you often like you just want to do everything. Like you're just like so excited and it's like, oh yeah, like this is like I want to do this thing. So all I'm gonna do is do this and then I'll get there. Like it's kind of like being a bit too overly enthusiastic or you know, oh, I'm not able to really put into words what I'm meaning. Just kind of like, yeah, it's really just overexcitable. And again, remember, I'm even more of that because I'm also Aries. So, I really do feel that there is, yeah, in spirit of trying to spit something out with that infamous line that I always say when I know I'm channeling some real truth here. There's something about a real excitement being in the air today. And again, we're actually in the Capricorn moon by the time it gets to Tuesday. So again, people are probably only going to make sense of this in hindsight. But I really do feel there is this sort of excitement around on Monday. And it's kind of like, you know, rather than feeling like you've got to do it all today at the start of the week, Monday, do all the things, just ease yourself in gently, but just, you know, the card came out in reverse and it did say something about, you know, just basically take action. Like, you know, don't just think that setting an intention is enough. You do need to take action. There's something around that. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm not spitting this out very well. Oh, and also, yeah, so the other cards that I pulled were this one. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. So I've actually just realised, right, that not only does this coincide with it being Gemini season tomorrow, on the Tuesday, but also I'm pretty sure Mercury actually goes into Gemini round about then as well. So, and the reason I'm saying that really ties in is because Gemini is all about gathering information, sharing information, like soaking everything up, you know, and sharing it with others. And again, that's like a little girl learning things off of her granny, like her granny's mentoring her. So again, there was a real theme. That's quite funny because one of my other friends that reads cards pulled a card as well about like mentoring and learning and teaching. I thought, God, that's amazing when I pulled this card as well. Like I love when you see a theme from spirit on the same day as well. So there is something about, like, you know, I feel it. And again, I feel that's why I just went on about awakening and stuff in quite a heavy way at the start. It's like a lot more people are wanting to know about awakening and personal experiences of awakening and, you know, and just what to expect and stuff like that. So as much as I might be like, oh God, here's somebody else talking about 11/11, it is something that, you know, and all jokes aside, you know, hopefully you get my humour. I do understand it because it happened to me for a long time and I was actually on my own with it and there was nobody that I could find anyway that had any kind of clue what I was on about. I had to speak to spirit, I had to learn from spirit, and then I took it on board and then more and more people came out the woodwork. And yeah, but like I say, I taught myself a lot of what I know about awakening by listening to spirit and by reading lots of books like this little girl. And yeah, so there wasn't really any mentors of such. If anything, there was a lot of people in my life that I was learning other things from, and then we'd see them going through a dark time, and then I would talk to them about the dark night, soul and awakening. So, you know, it's funny the way that things work there, but there's a lot about just paying attention to needing to learn something. So I do feel for a lot of people it is about learning about spiritual awakening and, you know, kundalini energy and just what sorts of things can happen to you when you're remembering who you are, which is really what awakening is. You're awakening to your greatness, awakening to your power, awakening to your true soul self. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Yeah, so, and then the other card is the 10 of Winter. And again, I feel that this is talking about, it's the end of the limiting beliefs. Again, you've got to awaken to your greatness. You've got to learn more about, right, how do I step into this person? And just just be like, just do it. Just let go of the limiting beliefs. Like you already are that person. You're remembering who you are. It's really weird because I've got this deck of cards that I've not used in months, and I was just drawn to pull them, and it's actually got a card that says remember who you are. So I'm going to use them next. But this says the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or a codependency. So again, I really do feel that this is like a weight being lifted off your shoulders, because you're actually like, you're starting to gain information to help you make sense of things. And again, although it was a long time ago, I do remember how weirded out I was by the things that would happen to me when I first started spiritually awakening. It was just like, what the actual, I mean, a lot of it was shit, as you'll have heard me say a lot. A lot of it was, shuffle on camera, a lot of it was very scary actually, to be serious about it and be like, right, what the hell's happening? And it does, it's like that meme I've shared many a time. I'll share it again probably this week at some point because it's just came to mind. But it's like that meme that it's got what people think spiritual awakening looks like, and it's got a woman running about in a field of daisies or flowers, and then it's like what it's actually like, and then it's a woman in a mental hospital pulling her hair out, or anyway, it might not be a mental hospital, but she's in a bed and she looks pretty scared. You know what I mean? But it's just it's pretty scary. And anyway, I feel like I'm blathering too much. So, oh God, get used to it. See, because Mercury, planet communication, is about to go into Gemini. Like, I think I'm going to be chatty Cathy for the for the duration of that transit. But anyway, so talking about feelings, we're on clairsentience. So again, as last week, you can take this as like Monday, Tuesday throughout the week. If it goes like that for you, it does actually tend to sometimes fit like that for me when I read the card. And a lot of people say that to me as well. Or you can just take it that the cards that I pull could fit for any place in the week. Or again, maybe you find this a year from now and it's timeless. Take it however you want it to land, or however it lands rather. Clairsentience, Archangel Raguel. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Right, I really do feel that that fits in with what I was saying about recognizing the different ways that you're feeling. Like, so perhaps like you didn't notice before, if you happen to have been talking about a book to someone and then an hour later you go to your families or something for tea, and then your dad or other family member or something starts mentioning that very same book. I don't know why I'm saying that. Did this actually happen to somebody? Because that didn't happen to me. But you know what I mean? It's like, maybe you wouldn't have clicked before, but now you're like, hey, wait a minute. Why do I feel like spirit are trying to tell, or universe, or somebody's trying to tell me something because I keep hearing about this same book? Or I just mentioned that film and then I've just seen that film. Like, I'll tell you, this is a really simple, but a good example of what I'm talking about. Like today, like I kept like whenever I was getting drawn to the name Victoria, right? Like either on things like popping up on the page, and I've got quite a few people that follow me called Victoria, and clients as well actually. But like, and then I got drawn to like something about like, I don't know, it was like Queen Victoria or something like that. But anyway, I kept getting drawn, and I thought, what the hell, does something need like called Victoria? Like, are they going to work with me, or does somebody need me called that? Do you know what it was? It's because it's Victoria Day today. I don't even know what Victoria Day is I don't even know what it is, by the way. Sorry, excuse my ignorance. But I saw it in the calendar. It was like after I kept getting drawn to Victoria. So it could literally be like the most like simplest things that don't matter. But then you're like, oh, right, I see. It's like I actually used to, it's just proof is what I'm saying. It's just spirit saying like, oh, just to give you a heads up, you're going to see this later, and then you're going to connect the dots. And that's a very good analogy for what awakening is like. And it's like what I used to do, I still do it actually, but when I used to do more of my in-person healings, which I'm going to get back to doing a bit more of, I used to, one of my clients, I used to like just choose different coloured rugs for not rugs, covers for doing the client healings. And my friend wrote in the review, she's now my friend, but she started off somebody I didn't know, but basically she was like, it's amazing that every single time I come for a healing, Claire picks the exact colour to fit with how I'm feeling. And usually the colour of the cover that I chose for her would actually be the colour of the top she was wearing as well. So it's just, again, I didn't know that I was doing that, but I was just obviously feeling what spirit were wanting me to do and going with it. So there we go. God, I'm very blithery tonight. Anyway, so I feel that the cards for today and the one about noticing your feelings are very apt for Monday and Tuesday. So pay attention to your feelings, pay attention to the signs, take action when you're guided to take action towards your dreams specifically, and bear in mind the bigger picture, your long-term goals and all that, because I think both of those cards spoke about long-term goals. So this is going to be for, oh yeah, and also that card spoke about endings, and that falls on the 21st as well, Tuesday, and Tuesday is the world card, something coming full circle. So now we're on the 22nd and the 23rd, which is Capricorn moon. Oh, and also Capricorn is about aiming for your goals. What card's this? Oh my God, no, it's not. I got all excited. I thought it was to remember who you are, but actually, we'll take these cards because these are kind of, yes, they do kind of tie in with that. So, anyway, I got overexcited. Back to where we were. So, for Wednesday, Thursday, we have relationship harmony. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflict are being resolved now. Right, so where is it? Venus is in Taurus. Hang on, wait a minute. Does Venus? No. Yes, it might actually. I didn't check that beforehand, but Venus, as far as Venus is in Taurus right now, but it might actually move from Taurus into Gemini as well. Wait a minute, I'm going to need to check that. That's going to annoy me. Hang on a little second. Right, so what am I talking about? Venus in Taurus. No, Venus is in Taurus, and that won't be going anywhere anytime soon. It's Mercury in Taurus that'll be moving into Gemini, and already spoke about that, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry for confusing you, but I was getting totally confused there. So anyway, Venus is in Taurus, and it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. So it is all about valuing yourself and valuing other people, and perhaps that's why the relationship harmony is happening. You know, you're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at why you felt that way. You're looking at why they felt that way, and then there's a lot of forgiveness. So this 100% I think definitely applies to romantic situations, but I'm feeling it could even be the case for friendships as well. But I would hope that you're friends with your romantic partner too, because that's really where the best relationships start, I would say. Understanding is really where the best relationships start, any kind of relationship. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflict are being resolved now, so that's lovely. And it says, take back your power. So I do feel there's a bit of needing to stand your ground with friends or lovers in some sort of way. It says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. So yeah, again, because they jumped out to get, well, actually the relationship card jumped out, and then take back your powers on the bottom of the deck. So I really do feel it's like, that's how you bring back the balance and bring back your power, by standing your power and not giving it away. And again, romantic relationships definitely, but really any relationship, whether it's friendships, work colleagues, and just losing yourself in general, like, you know, just not forgetting that oh, that's why I'm talking like this. I'm thinking, where's all this coming from? It's very, very truthful, but in a different kind of way. But it's because Gemini speaks their mind, and now Mercury will be in Gemini. It's kind of like, it is just about you've got your own opinions. Not everybody is always going to agree with you. You're not always going to agree with everyone else, but it's about basically owning that power that, you know, you are you. Nobody can be you. You can't be them. And that is your power, basically. So remember that. Take back your power by remembering that there is only one you. And use it to manifest blessings in your life, damn it. There we go. So that's funny. Right. So, oh my God. Right, absolutely. Sorry, I'm speechless. I'm fucking speechless. I actually kind of wondered when I picked up this deck if that card was going to come out, and it just actually fucking shot out the deck, like literally jumped out. So, for those of you that don't know what twin flames are, where the hell are you been? How are you watching me? I don't know. If you know what that is, it's all good. If you don't, you probably don't need to know. But anyway, the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Now, I'm not kidding, but that was totally what that was feeling like when I was talking about it. Again, you know, it can go for other people too, but it did kind of feel like, you know, it did feel like a bit of understanding going on there. So again, it could be physically. It could be physically that you're, you know, in the material realms, that you're sorting things out. and going over things, and yeah, just having a conversation, I feel, because a lot of the times, if you're in this, people aren't talking, and that's what the problem is. It's like you're both kind of experiencing a similar experience, and again, I'm talking for people that feel they're in a twin flame relationship, but they're not in contact with them, which is very much the case for a lot of my clients, actually. And it is just kind of like a really, again, I'm a bit dumbfounded, whatever, I'm a bit lost for words that jumped out of the deck. But hey ho, let's carry on. It's, it's one of these things where, what am I trying to say? If you're not in contact, it can be very frustrating, because you're kind of wondering if they're feeling the same or wondering the same. And then you actually get to a point where it doesn't really matter whether that person's feeling the same or not. And it really is just all about self-love. And a lot of the times in these situations, the whole point is that this person is a catalyst for you to fall in love with yourself and give yourself the best life. And really, if you do come together with that person in this life in a romantic way, that's really just the cherry on top of the cake. It should never be the destination, in my opinion. And again, that's why I was feeling that card might come out. And I hesitated about using that deck, because I don't always like talking about twin flames, because people get a bit carried away. There's a lot of people talking about twin flames that actually really, no offense, but like, kind of, it's obvious that they're not really on that path, because they're just saying things that don't really, they don't resonate with me anyway, and I can only speak for myself. But you would only really know what this is about if you're on that path. So again, that's why I say, honestly, don't bother yourself with thinking you are one. If you don't be like, oh, am I not? You would totally know. You would totally know. And again, I don't talk about it a lot in public, because first of all, I feel it's a very private experience. But second of all, I just feel I don't want to confuse people. And I think there's a lot of people that are, really kind of taking advantage of this romantic notion. And then people are like, oh, I want to be a twin flame. Am I a twin flame? Again, you would 100% know. And anybody that is my clients will know that although I get all the obvious signs that you are a twin flame, because believe me, the majority of my clients are twin flames. All my secrets are coming out now with the last of the Scorpio full moon, aren't they? But I still won't say, yeah, you definitely are. It's up to you to decide that. But I get all the signs to let me know that you are, but it's really about you deciding that for yourself. But again, you really take the relationship harm. So again, I know that was quite wordy to get that out, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying is, if you are in contact with this person, it is about having conversations to just find out where you both stand, because it's a very complicated situation to be in. That really is just awakening you. It's awakening you. That's full stop. It's awakening you. They're awakening you. You're awakening them. Usually somebody wakes up to the connection long before the other. But you are both just as powerful as each other. And when you can come to that, when you can come to that peace within you basically get exhausted. I mean, you can come to quite a peaceful place that, yeah, you know what, I have got a really strong spiritual connection with this person, but I might never see them again, or I might just see them randomly, or whatever. That might be the conclusion you come to. Or you might be lucky enough to actually be in a relationship, a real relationship in the material world with your twin flame. But if you are, well done, you deserve a medal. It's a very difficult relationship, but it is very rewarding as well. But I do feel, whatever the case, whether you're apart from them and you're sorting things out in the spiritual realms, just so that you can live your life and they can live their life, you should basically, above all, right, you should always, my arm's so sore, you should always wish your twin flame well, whether you know exactly who it is, or whether you just know that there is a person out there. And again, I've just realized it's not a coincidence that I watched, sorry, I got hiccuped, that I watched Practical Magic. Sorry, I'd forgot the name of one of my favourite films, if not my favourite film. Practical Magic, right? It's all about mediums, witches, however you want to see it, good witches. It's Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, right? And there's a bit in the film where Sandra Bullock, as a little girl, wishes for her perfect soulmate, partner, whatever you want to call it. and she says, you know, I want to have one green eye and one blue eye. I want to have a star on his chest. Like, she says all this stuff. And then in the film, this guy turns up and he actually ticks all the boxes. Like, she says something about he flips pancakes or stuff. And whenever I saw that film, right, I really loved it. I watched it when I was about 15 and I thought, yeah, and I put certain qualities out in the world as well. And so I'll know that when I see it. And it is that kind of thing of, but ultimately, like, so, you know, whether you know who they are or whether you don't know who they are, that's not really the point. It's about, you should always want them to be happy. Like, their happiness should be the gist of what I'm saying is, and even if it means that they would be happier without you, that is true love. Again, sorry to get all floppy on you here. Spirit must really want me to be sharing more of my awakening knowledge and the spiritual partnerships than just in secret. So here we go. I'm obviously getting totally outed here. So again, if you've actually bothered to watch the weekly reading, then you must have needed to. Oh, my friend's phoning me. I'll phone her back after. Hey, maybe that's a sign your twin flame's calling you as well. Just saying, that's a bit weird. But yeah, basically, what a heavy week. And I've just noticed another synchronicity that, wow, yeah, this week we're in Gemini season about the twins, and also Mercury in Gemini. And remember, Gemini is the twins. So I don't think that's a coincidence that we've got the Sun and Mercury going into Gemini, the sign of the twins, and I'm holding the twin flame card. So anyway, heavy shit going on this week, guys, whether it be just spiritually, emotionally, you know, within yourself and within, well, whatever's going on within you is going on within your twin, basically. Or whether it is physically going on in your material world and they are your boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter about what sex you are and anything. It'll be the fact that, you know, so if you're in a, so I was trying to cater for, I'm trying to see, I could do a fucking webinar on this. I probably will in the future, but it's about, you know, if you are actually in a relationship, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, anyway, all the combinations, or even a marriage, expect that there will be relationship harmony of some sort of communication coming in there to really give a bit of grounding, because that's Venus, the love sign, is in Taurus. Wow, oh my God, so. And anyway, let's just quickly get on to this deck and end it right here. So what else do we need to know about this week? As if the full moon in Scorpio wasn't heavy enough. This one. Align your life. Kind of fits with what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, don't get too overexcited. Don't get too overexcited about this. And again, if you really want help with all this stuff, I help a lot of people with this, with my shamanic healing sessions, anything really, my astrology, everything that I do. It's more about you aligning your life. Like, pay attention to what's happening in your life. And if you are a twin flame, the more you fall in love with yourself, the more you do what you are guided to do here in this life, which is usually some sort of spiritual healing, you know, mediumship, lots of things like what I do. Believe me, if you are one, they'll come into your life if they're meant to, is what I would say. So just let go, surrender. You know what I mean? Don't try to control things. Believe me, again, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work controlling anything. And again, I just got drawn at the time at 21. 21's a world card, coming full circle. I'm being drawn to the fact that tomorrow's the 21st. Interesting. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? So you've got to be true to yourself. That's another big point of the twin flame journey, or indeed the self-love journey of anyone, is that you have to be true to yourself. If you're putting on an act or a brave face, or you're hiding your vulnerability, you'll not be met with your twin flame, for one, or you'll be met with your twin flame, but you'll both be putting on a mask and bullshitting each other, which, by the way, if it's your true twin flame, you can't do that. Like, your twin flame knows how you feel, you know how they feel. It's heavy shit. That's why not everybody can actually be in a twin flame relationship. So I take my hat off to you if you are in one, but mostly love yourself, okay? So align your life. It's fucking hell, honestly. What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclic beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. Where you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it's harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are. I've just actually noticed how funny that is, that this card has made me talk about twin flames when I've avoided talking about it, because I like to be different, and there's so many people talking about twin flames, and again, it annoys me, and a lot of people are talking about them when they don't even know what they're talking about. Or just actually making money off of people's vulnerability, which I really didn't want to do. But again, this is me aligning my spirit, aligning my life for me. Like, I do know a lot about the twin flame journey. The majority of my clients are all twin flames, if not freaking all of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Yes. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it's harder to hold on to this facade than to embrace who we truly are. And again, that's who I am. I help the twin flames. I help awaken twin flames. I help heal twin flames. So you can just work out the rest for yourself. Why would one do that? To surrender to how we have changed and align to the way of being. If you pulled this card, you're being called to let go of who you once were, or the things that you once defined yourself by, the job, the relationship, the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are. Why do I feel like I'm coming out of a closet here or something? To courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity. I am clear, I am a twin flame, and I am my own twin flame. There we go. That's my answer. To surrender to how we have changed and to align to the life to that way of being. If you, oh fucking hell, I've lost a bit in the page. To courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity. And again, that's like, I'm not joking with what I just said there. That is true. Like, to embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. And that is my weirdness and uniqueness. That I help the twin flames 24/7, even on my days off. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it is time to reassess and bring the parts of your life into alignment so that they're congruent with who you truly are today. Please let me go now, because I'm just considering whether I will actually put this up or not, but I feel guilty if I don't, I think. How are you being called to step up and lead is on the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. Well, obviously that's how I'm being called to step up in life and lead, is by not keeping it a secret that I'm really able to help you if you resonate with being on the twin flame journey and you resonate with what I talk about, rather than me talking about masculine and feminine all the time, which is 100% part of my work, right? I'm here to help you balance the masculine and the feminine energy within yourself. But like I always say as well, the masculine and feminine energy, the relationship harmony, the yin yang, the dark and the light, whatever you want to call it, opposites attract, like attract, all these things sort of fit. I'm also here to help the masculine and the feminine energies within your romantic relationships as well. So 100%, that is, the bulk of my work. So there we go. That's me aligning with my life, taking that mask off. So if you resonate, which again, I'm just laughing because there's so many people that I know are watching this that are like, yeah, totally, we know that. But again, I just didn't want it to be, I don't want to label myself that as the only thing that I do. I'm a shamanic healer, and part of my shamanic gift is that I'm able to bring you into balance with yourself. And because of the different ways in which, sorry, I'm just putting my hair up, because of the different ways in which I'm able to help and heal and support people, it does entail, like for instance, a good example, right, is I've worked with a lot of women in groups or individually where they just lost the spark and excitement in their life, right, whether it was in their job or their passion, in total. Not in total, you know what I mean, just their passion. And then literally after a psychic astrology empowerment reading, or definitely people that I've helped one-to-one with my counselling, you name it, in my groups, it's kind of like as a result of me igniting their passion for their work or some area of their life, it has then improved their romantic relationship. So it really does make sense that when you heal and love and respect and honor yourself, if you're in a relationship, it then improves the relationship harmony within that existing relationship. Or if you're single and longing after this love, this soulmate, this twin flame, whether you know who they are, you don't know who they are, you think you know they're all that kind of stuff, but really you don't. I'm not going to, you don't think you know who you either know or you don't. That is in my opinion. And again, I can explain more about that when we talk one-to-one if you feel guided to. But it is really about, it's really about falling in love with yourself and gaining that balance within yourself, and then you'll be met with your true twin flame, if that is meant to happen in this life. Because sometimes you might just be going over old karma and actually you're meant to let your twin flame go in this life. Or I've actually got a lot of clients that their partners are actually in the spirit world. Actually, this came through, I think this did come through kind of sneakily in last week or the other week's reading, didn't it, when I said that spiritual partnership. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to need to watch that. It was either last week or the week before. Spiritual partnership came up in the reading, and I thought, oh, that's same edging into the Lumen TF label, isn't it? And there we go. They just fucking came out with it, because that's the only deck I've got that's got twin flame on it. But again, it is just a spiritual relationship, which not everybody is a twin flame, but if you are, it's a bit more, and that's an understatement, sorry, if you're a twin flame, you know what I'm talking about. It's a bit more of a bit more on your plate on your awakening journey, shall we say, both for yourself and the other people that you're guided to help, if that's the journey that you're on, which, believe me, you will be guided to help other people in some sort of way if you resonate with being a twin flame. If you're not doing it now, just you wait, you will be. Just you work on yourself, love yourself, and that will all come in time. Anyway, I'm going to get going. This was an interesting video. I'm going to have to watch it back and see how I feel about it, but I'm a brave Aries warrior, so I'm sure I'll put it up, because I also know that not everybody watches this. See you later, guys. Bye. Oh, and also, you know where to get me if you want to book a session. See you later.